Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be. I am Cam Newton. To some, Mr. Boogie to all.
See, symbols aren't just movements, they're messages. They reflect what we believe, revere, or sometimes what we've unconsciously accepted. The sign language gesture for love, another gesture, the satanic salute, the horned hand gesture. How close can light resemble darkness before discernment disappears?
In the previous clip, what Jason Wilson was referring to is the aspect of drawing and his recent experience of encountering this while on the Cam Newton podcast.
The outro, where Cam Newton invites his guests to point their index finger toward one camera, then extend their pinky toward another while the index finger is extended, and then they would both declare one love.
This is an aspect of drawing, a universal language, because it communicates information faster and more clearly than the spoken word, and it is known as the act of pulling or imparting notion.
Simon says hands on hips, you're out. Simon says hands on head, Simon says hands on head, you're out.
Many people see this through the images that are drawn on paper, but this definition also describes that which can be used as guiding, giving symbols as a form of direction that forces us to focus our attention on certain signs. By definition, a sign is to mark with characters or one's name. And so this isn't the mark of the beast. The name is the mark of the beast, because it is your name that determines the movement of your eye. So let's start with the name Cam Newton. The name Cam is short for Cameron, and by pronunciation, it states the words camera and run.
Newton is chased, got away from Ninkovic, dancing, gets away from Chandler Jones, setting up space. There goes Cam.
And what that means is he wants to be in control of what is being seen.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
And when broken down linguistically, this name presents the word camer, which is the past tense of one who has already come.
Here's Johnny.
This word come also equates to comb, which means to separate. And so by definition, it is one who appears to know and who sifts through things to see. By using quick movements, he's able to evade one's presence.
Newton, got a throw, looking around, maybe running. Can't wrap him up, he's still going.
His surname, Newton, denotes a new tone, and it represents one who transfers or transforms. This is similar to the word minute, which describes a small change, as a newt refers to an actor, or that which comes after, an imitation of something that repeats.
We're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say one love. When I say all together, we're gonna say what?
Again, it is a repetition of something that brings you to limbo and that takes one's power away, to be placed in a repetitive cycle of a new course.
High function.
What situation?
See, my situation, that's a very vague question, and it's for you
What
to
situation are you referring to that they're looking at and thinking is not high function?
Just my life.
Your life entirely, or your life in relationships?
My life.
See, don't deflect. Let's stay here. Yeah.
So, I'm not married, right? I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
And so this signifies an outcome of not in, or the presence of something that is not on. Now let's take a look at the name Jason Wilson. The letter J means to transform and put on course. So the name Jason means to start the transformational course of the sun.
For years, I've taught young men in the cave of Adullam and even their parents to discern the unseen meanings in movies, television, and what they do with their bodies.
And this is reiterated within his surname, as the name Wilson means to wield the sun. And because in this clip, Cam Newton is giving direction,
where Cam Newton invites his guests to point their index finger toward one camera, then extend their pinky toward another while the index finger is extended, and then they would both declare one love.
That means he is becoming the driver and taking control of the wheel. And it's also important to note that the word one is similar to this word, one, which means to be whole. But the phrase one love means to allow something else in. It is saying that from the darkness, something new will emerge. And this is the story of creation, except when you put certain movements with it, it becomes unsure what one is creating. This word one means black, but it also means bleak. And when it is coming from the aspect of the pull or the carrying of another, it can cause either party involved to be bare or barren. What this symbol, along with this statement, goes back to, if the intent is unclear, it can be felt as a pull that forces one to share.
I was completely caught off guard, not because of Cam, but because the hand gesture itself stirred something in me.
When I say all together, we're going to say what?
One love.
All right.
This is a ritual meant to shake the spirit from its foundation. Just like when you tell someone, I love you, it means that you are willing to leave a part of yourself open to share. But all of this is symbolic because sharing is just a clever way of stealing. So let's look at the month of December. In the previous segment, we brought up the word camer, which represents the comer or the coma, the time of year when people are asleep. But this word comer, as I told you previously, represents the comer. And so if we look at this closer, the word December means to move away from the comer. So it's no coincidence that the release of this series began in December, because it symbolically represents a move away from the comer.
Puffy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs. All of these reincarnations, all those name changes are attached to really bad deeds.
Everything in life, you're gonna have people that are bad and people that are good.
But they forgot one.
I decided to change my name again. So my new name is Love, aka Brother Love. I will not be answering to Puffy, Diddy, Puff Daddy, or any of my other monikers, but Love or Brother Love, okay? I'm just not who I am before. I'm something different.
So who is the comer? It is the one who steals children. But children can also mean gifts, physical gifts or spiritual gifts, as children represent fertility, which denotes fruitfulness and abundance.
Each thread has to go through a little thread eye, which is kind of the long and tedious part. And then we thread the reed, which separates the thread and lines them up. And then we got it all tied up and we're ready to weave. So this type of loom is a loom that was commonly used for several hundred years in Europe and then in the Americas. This particular shape of loom would have been called a four-poster because there's, like a bed, a post at each corner, and the seat is attached. Sometimes they were separate. These today are sometimes called barn looms, but we think that's mostly because people stored them in barns.
But who uses a comb? Or should I say, where is a comb used?
Whenever everybody just looks great, I think it's a collection.
Yeah, head to toe.
A comb is used on the hair when it senses the presence of a new tone. Then it looks closely at the appearance.
How close can light resemble darkness before discernment disappears?
Describe to me, what's the inspiration behind your outfit tonight? Was it an all-white party?
I just wanted to just keep it, simple and plain, angelic.
Because when the language doesn't add up, it is the physical movements that truly presents what is coming from the darkness. Just like in the story of your cave, whatever is being hungered for is what will be seen from within the darkness. And so it is for this reason that the comb is also used on fur. The word fur means to steal, and it represents a thief because it is the language of actions and movement that takes precedent. To bear and to be made naked and empty by your one love, because many people are going into situations where they think they are having friendly encounters and they don't realize that just because someone smiles in their face, it doesn't mean that they support them. And so Christmas and December is about the comer, the one who comes to give you a gift. If you are weak in hunger and desiring things that look good without thinking about the future, if they are able to do this, you may just give up your seat to your throne, which occurs during the new era. And in accepting one gift, they unknowingly gave up another that left them bare in. So who is the comer? He has a two-pronged comb called the sai or the bident. When directly translated, it means to wreak havoc. And they do this for the purpose of creating a stable environment, which is an environment where people submit and are managed and bred like horses for recreation and farming. And they are also used for the continuation of war. And so historically, this is a medieval tradesman called the groom. In one hand, he has a sai or a bident, and in the other hand, he has a pail, something that carries you. A pail groom. It's when someone prepares you to move from one state to the next. In other words, a pilgrim. And so, as far as the present day, now I'm not stating as a definite that Cam was out to steal Jason's energy or that he was looking to take hold of the direction that he uses to guide the children. But what I am stating is be sure that you know what you are giving away. When things look good, be sure to look for the signs. If you want to know why your last relationship didn't work out or why your business partnership fell through, get a name decoding. If you guys want to have a name decoded, your name, someone else's name, for research purposes or relationship compatibility, it can even tell you if you're in the right career. If you are interested, Check out the information in the description box down below.